Number 9. 1975 Chrysler Imperial. The 1975 Chrysler Imperial arrived at one of the worst possible moments for a large, thirsty luxury sedan. Stretching beyond 230 inches in length and tipping the scales near 5,000 pounds, it was powered by a 440 cubic inch V8 producing 215 horsepower, while returning fuel economy firmly in the single digits, right in the middle of the ongoing oil crisis. Chrysler positioned it as a direct competitor to Cadillac and Lincoln, but the execution never matched the ambition. Quality control failures compounded the timing problem. Owners documented persistent electrical faults, paint that deteriorated ahead of schedule, and mechanical breakdowns that were inconsistent with the car's premium pricing. Chrysler quietly pulled the plug on the Imperial by the end of 1975. The nameplate would return in 1981, but that second attempt would prove even more damaging to the brand's standing. Number 8. 1978 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Diesel. General Motors launched its 350 cubic inch diesel V8 in the 1978 Oldsmobile Delta 88 with considerable fanfare. The power plant was subsequently offered across 29 different GM models between 1978 and 1985, placing it in front of millions of buyers who were promised a fuel-efficient, durable alternative to gasoline engines. The problem was fundamental. The diesel had been derived from an existing gasoline block, and the engineering shortcuts taken during that conversion would produce one of the most consequential mechanical failures in American automotive history. The head bolt pattern was engineered for gasoline compression ratios, not diesel. Under the substantially higher pressures of diesel combustion, those bolts stretched and fractured, allowing coolant to invade the cylinders and destroy engines entirely. GM had also eliminated the water separator from the fuel system to reduce costs, accelerating corrosion inside injection pumps and fuel lines. Repair bills routinely surpassed $2,000. Number 7. 1962 Plymouth Fury. In 1962, Chrysler's leadership made a strategic decision based on market research that turned out to be fundamentally wrong. While Ford and General Motors were building their full-size cars larger and more refined, Chrysler moved in the opposite direction, producing a significantly smaller, lighter Plymouth Fury that confused and alienated buyers the moment it reached dealerships. The visual weight was absent, and traditional Plymouth customers walked straight to competitors. Beyond the styling miscalculation, the new unibody construction developed structural weaknesses early in ownership. Rust attacked body panels with unusual speed, and overall assembly quality fell well short of what GM and Ford were producing at the same price point. Electrical failures and transmission problems added to the frustration. The damage was severe enough that Chrysler launched an emergency redesign for 1963. Surviving examples of the 1962 Fury are exceptionally rare today, not because they were treasured, but because so few survived their own build quality.
Number 6. 1965 Chevrolet Impala. The 1965 Chevrolet Impala sold over 1 million units, making it one of the most commercially successful cars of its era. That makes what happened next particularly striking. According to Consumer Reports' April 1966 reliability survey, the 1965 full-size Chevrolet V8 ranked as the most trouble-prone new car of that model year, a finding that directly contradicted the brand's long-standing reputation for dependability built through the 1950s. The redesigned body on the new perimeter frame introduced persistent problems. Electrical system failures, carburetor malfunctions, and transmission issues, particularly with the Powerglide automatic, were reported across a wide range of owners. The 283, 327, and 396 cubic inch V8 engines all showed higher failure rates than buyers had come to expect from Chevrolet. Squeaks, rattles, and water intrusion were common. The Impala recovered commercially in subsequent years, but 1965 marked a genuine turning point in how reliably Chevrolet was actually building its cars. Number 5. 1981 to 1983 Chrysler Imperial. Chrysler's decision to revive the Imperial nameplate in 1981 stands as one of the most misjudged product launches in American automotive history. The company attempted to position it as a standalone luxury brand, a genuine rival to Cadillac and Lincoln. What they delivered was a vehicle built on the same K-car platform that underpinned the economy-class Dodge Aries and Plymouth Reliant. It was, by any mechanical definition, a dressed-up compact car wearing a luxury price tag. The problems were extensive and well documented from launch day. The digital instrument cluster malfunctioned constantly, flickering, going completely dark, or displaying inaccurate readings without warning. The electronic voice alert system, marketed as a technological advancement, either remained silent during actual fault conditions or activated without any cause at all. Water penetrated around window seals, paint peeled on early production units. Most critically, the car was physically smaller than several mid-size vehicles it was supposed to outclass. Total sales across all three model years never reached 16,000 units. Number 4. 1985 to 1987 Cadillac DeVille. When Cadillac reduced the size of its flagship DeVille for 1985, the car emerged roughly 2 feet shorter and 600 pounds lighter than the model it replaced. Size reduction alone was not the core issue. The problem was that the new DeVille was visually indistinguishable from the Oldsmobile 98 and Buick Electra, sharing the same C-body platform. Buyers paying a premium for Cadillac's name found themselves driving what was, in practical terms, a badge-engineered version of cars available at lower price points across the GM showroom floor. The 4.1-liter V8 was chronically underpowered relative to the car's luxury positioning. Alternator failures were reported with unusual frequency, along with fan module malfunctions and cooling sensor failures that required repeated service visits. The digital instrument panel experienced glitches that dealers struggled to diagnose reliably. Power accessories failed intermittently throughout ownership. The gap between what Cadillac had historically represented and what the 1985 DeVille actually delivered was wide enough to cause lasting damage to the brand's credibility that took years to repair.
Number 3. 1986 to 1989 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. By 1986, the American luxury market was shifting toward front-wheel drive, modern overhead cam engines, and more refined road manners. Cadillac's response was to continue selling the rear-wheel drive Fleetwood Brougham with a 307 cubic inch Oldsmobile V8 producing just 140 horsepower in a vehicle approaching 2 tons of curb weight. City fuel economy averaged around 12 miles per gallon. For a car carrying Cadillac's flagship pricing, the performance and efficiency figures were simply indefensible by the standards of the era. The THM 200-4R transmission proved inadequate for the application, with documented failure rates suggesting many units did not reach 60,000 miles under normal operating conditions. The air suspension system failed with enough regularity that cars were commonly found sitting unevenly in parking lots, awaiting expensive repairs. Electronic climate controls malfunctioned frequently, and interior vinyl cracked prematurely. Number 2. 1979 to 1981 Chrysler New Yorker. The 1979 Chrysler New Yorker on the R-body platform arrived as the company was already in serious financial difficulty. The car carried formal styling and traditional full-size proportions, but beneath that presentation were reliability problems that spread quickly through owner communities. The vacuum-operated hidden headlight system failed with regularity, leaving lights stuck in an open position. The early computer-controlled carburetor setup, advanced for its time, generated chronic drivability complaints that dealers could not resolve with any consistency. The production numbers document the collapse precisely. Sales declined from over 13,500 units in 1980 to approximately 6,500 in 1981, as both negative word of mouth and the broader recession compressed demand simultaneously. Transmission failures, electrical faults, and inconsistent build quality all contributed to the car's deteriorating reputation. Number 1. 1976 Cadillac DeVille. The 1976 Cadillac DeVille was the largest version of the model ever produced, measuring 230.7 inches in length, riding a 130-inch wheelbase, and powered by a 500 cubic inch V8, generating between 190 and 215 horsepower, depending on configuration. At over $9,000, buyers expected Cadillac's legendary quality. What many received instead was a vehicle that exposed just how far the brand's standards had slipped before the 1977 downsizing forced a reset. Electrical system failures were widespread. Power windows, lighting circuits, and electronic components all drew complaints with unusual frequency for a flagship luxury car. The cooling system proved particularly unreliable, with overheating incidents and coolant leaks reported across multiple ownership accounts. Transmission concerns and suspension faults added to the picture. The 500 cubic inch engine averaged less than 9 miles per gallon at a time when fuel costs were reshaping buyer priorities.